Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to OCE Rocket League. We're here for the Vape Esports Friday Night Live. My name is Bizer, and joining me is Digital Bacon. Hello, man. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Bizer. Good to be here as well over on Vapor Esports, which these guys, they're pretty awesome, putting on great tournaments like this for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Bizer, since I'm, new to the OCE team, what should I expect to see tonight? Well, I've only casted for you guys once before. I've never casted on this side of Australia. I casted over on the Perth League, which you can find over here. Yeah, the Perth side. What night can we see Perth here?
So it was, Wednesday nights, but instead of bantering, we need to get into game. And it's the best time possible. We quickly better get over.
Yeah.
They don't wait.
It's a bit unfortunate we don't have time to talk.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
They're just so eager to get into this, aren't they?
Yeah.
Especially when we've got Champions Field here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the new map, which looks absolutely stunning. But let's kick it off. We've got Jay Cookie getting on over to Trip there. That's blocked out now. Weedhouse and Scarius just getting a bit in front of each other as Hastel's able to clean that up. He's not getting any pressure here. There go Trip, having a shot towards the goal, but again, no one there to pick that one up. Fant, he's just letting Scarius able to pick this up now. Both teams are being very relaxed in defense. Fant there, though, was expecting the ball to be played upfield, but Cook is there for it. Fant just getting a bit past. Trip able to get a big clear now as it goes over into the opposite side. Scarius hitting it up high. Can Fant duck this down? Yes, he is. That's the first goal of the evening.
I really like this whole stadium in its entirety. As much as I want to talk about the gameplay, the stadium's just going to be the entertainment tonight, guys. So enjoy it while we have it, and all the sounds that people are using as well, which is amazing. I'm still trying to get a grip of it because last night I didn't get any time to do it when we had sort of. No, I'm still not used to it. Anyways, let's get back to the action. It is what it is. Now, quickly looking for these teams. Element 6 with Faint, Trip, obviously standards. Jay Cook Watt, he's actually a ex-sub of an Athletico team, which was a top-tier team about 6 months ago in the region. So some skill here, but he's sort of off the trot at the moment, and I think coming back into it, it'll be interesting to watch him. He's probably the X-factor for the boys of Element 6.
Fant's going to try and get that one over the Trip. Unfortunately, it goes a bit too far. So he's getting up high. He's going to try and run with this. But Jay Cook is able to get a big clear out. Scarius accidentally getting the own goal there. And Jay Cook would have been there to pick that up. But Scarius making a big mistake there, trying to get on over to Weedhouse to clear it on out. But you can't make those mistakes, can you, Baza? Bizer, sorry. Why did I say Baza?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. No, you can't. Well, look, we're going to have to put up with that glitch as well tonight. When a goal's scored, it'll just centre back into the middle. But the replay will definitely show it. 2-0 at the moment. We're going to watch a little bit more intently as the boys get into it. But at the moment, Element 6 still looking a hell of a lot strong.
Yeah, definitely. Scarius getting it up high, but not really following through with that there. I've noticed this. They're just hitting the ball upfield, but no real intent to get in the goal here, is there, Bizer?
Probably a filled-out process for the first game at the moment.
Weedhouse getting it to the corner. He's going to try wrap it around, but Jay Cook getting a good clear out, and he's going to run with this now. He's got Fant to his left. Is he able to get the sway goal? Oh, Fant going wide!
It was a good movement, wasn't it? Getting it inside and sort of giving your teammate, well, he faked the goalie one side because he was going to play it. Gave his teammate a chance at goal. He just sent it a little bit wide, so unfortunate, but a good try.
Yep. As well, they just look like a stronger team here, don't they? Trip, Fant, and Jay Cook. We should expect to see a lot more from them as they just seem to be in the driving seat here, ladies and gentlemen. Fant there just happened to knock it on out, but again, it's just a big clearance there from Weedhouse. But it looks like a very lackluster attack now as Trip's able to get that up high. And Fant's going to try and get around and follows out. He does get over Hasta as well. Only Scarius back there. Can get past. No, Scarius getting the touch after the backboard. Jay Cook's getting this up high. That's lingering over the goal. Can Trip do it? No, he still goes wide. A couple of big mistakes here coming out. But again, they just look to be in the driving seat here, and there's no change coming out from Hasta, Scarius, and Weedhouse.
Yet to see a demo come from this gameplay at the moment. We're sort of filling out the process with how the game is set. It's really easy to get demo, so no one really getting themselves into a sort of neutral position to take players out in this game. It's sort of what Blue Team and We Always Clutch need to start doing with a minute and a half left remaining.
Yeah, We So Clutch. Can they clutch it out now? Get another goal, but no. Element 6 using the element of surprise there, ladies and gentlemen, to just pop that up over and into the goal.
That's a good touch coming off the wall. Great, J. Hook was there as well to finish it off, but couldn't get there at the end of the day. Loves to pinch it. It's 3-0 at the moment. Weedhouse, Scar Oz, and Hace Yor need to work a little bit harder here with the combinations working in the forward half and get back into this match. But minute and 10, it's going to be a hard road from here.
Yeah, We So Clutch definitely needs to work on those positionings to be able to get a man there behind to secure the attack, but also having someone back in defense to be able to block out any goals. Jay Cook here is going to pass it on over, trying to find his teammate there. Unfortunately can't. Scarius has cleared it on out, but Fant is there, ready, able to hit that at the goal, nearly gets it, but luckily Hastor is there, keeping We So Clutch out from a larger goal margin. Trip here, pass it on back to Fant. Wonderful little play. That's going towards the goal, and Scarius being able to get on back for it. Visor, it's coming out to the last 30 seconds here, and I can't see it going any other way now. Element 6, they've got to be taking this first game. What did We Always Clutch have to do it to clutch it in that second and third game?
Look, just off that play there, the 50-50 wasn't made. They took a little while to get up to the ball. Jay Cook just sent it out from the wide, from the wing, and to be honest, a rotation would be set to save that. No one back to go, so sort of the rotations are not set. They're not playing team play at the moment. And it's all about the quickness as well. Make the 50-50s, get it to run in your favour, and then move towards the ball will be highly beneficial for them. But I think it's just a little bit of calibre of skill that they're lacking. Not saying it's bad. It's the high calibre they're versing right now.
Yeah, this is the semi-pros, ladies and gentlemen, where you can have plat players going up against the diamonds, and sometimes that skill difference can be massive, like Visor was saying. But here we go. That's the first game going off to Element 6 with a 4-0, I do believe, and definitely a good show of skill from Element 6 there.
Yeah, look, everyone knows the player of Jay Cook. We know who he is, where he's come from, and his caliber. I've sort of questioned in my own mind is sort of he must be on the cusp of being allowed to play in the semi-pros versus actually masters. So from what's been allowed, I guess he'll be probably one of the top players you'll be coming up against. Certainly carried his team in the retrospect of things. He was there on the challenges. He got himself 2 goals as well. He was also working hard on the rotations. They look a lot better on the field. Scarrows, Haste, and Weedhouse just need to get that defensive rotation set properly, and then from there they can work forward and at least get a couple goals against Element 6, but they have to make it now. This game coming up to get themselves into a third.
Yeah, definitely there. And that's reflected in the stats there with Jay Cook being a little bit higher. But looking on the overside at We Always Clutch, Scarius really trying to hold his team up. But it's a team game. You can't just have one guy who's in charge all the time. You've got to be able to get everyone into positions. You've got to all work as one single unit here. And We Always Clutch, they need to do that, definitely. But we're going into the second game now. Who are we going to see kicking it off with us? Because we've got both guys on the corners. This is going to be intense, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, let's get the Twitch nominator out here. Can We Always Clutch get themselves going in game number 2? Will they put themselves into equal states and challenge our Element 6? I want to know your thoughts in Twitch chat right now. Bacon, let's go.
Here we go. Hassler trying to start an attack. Scarius following it up. That was the first really good attack we've seen from We Always Clutch. It's lingering also over to the goal now. Jay Cook back there to receive it. He's going to follow it up off the wall. Hassler nearly getting in the way. Starting to work on those 50-50s, those blocks. Like you said, Bison, they need to really start putting those out. As Fant's now trying to get over to the centre. Jay Cook trying to get the block down on the goal, but Hassler's really picked up his block game. He's moving this up the field now. Got Scarius over towards the centre, not able to get there in time though. but he's centering it again. A lot more pressure coming up here from We Always Clutch, and that's a good sign here. Fant there not being able to get the balls. Ooh, Weedhouse nearly getting that past Trip. Trip there being good in defense, able to clear it on out. Weedhouse not getting an effective move forward. Trip's able to get that on over the Jay Cook. Ooh, nearly got that from Trip into the goal. Fant going just a bit too eagerly at that ball. That's a big ball towards the backboard there though. Trip getting up high to the corner. Follows around, knocking it towards the centre for Fant. Fant's getting in there, but unfortunately Scarius, definitely the key player here for We Always Clutch. Able to block out those guys.
The risky demos we talk about, if you're going to miss the ball, you hit the player, and it pretty much takes them out of line. So even if you lose the 50-50, you can still make a point where you stop the player from moving on to the ball. It's going to make a big difference in terms of tournaments and the games, especially with the 50-50 scenarios. When people win them, usually they get the forward momentum. There's a demo, a supersonic opposition player coming out of, they're not going to be able to get forward. So we'll see how much impact it causes on the match.
Lingering over the goal. And just keeping on the point of demos, we were talking about it earlier, Bizer, and how this current build of Rocket League, demos seem very inconsistent, don't they? They've suddenly, the slightest touch can cause a demo now, and it's just a little bit off. So we should see a lot more demos this evening, ladies and gents, shouldn't we, Bizer?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. I just want to see demo after demo after demo and see how savage the players can get. We'll come into the tactics a little bit later as we head into the semis and even the final tonight. It's a single elimination, guys, so there's no second chance. It's got to make it count. At the moment, it's really good by We Always Clutch. They've held Element 6 back, but they've got a second game to go. They need to make themselves, they need to make it count. Go forward and put a goal in. Weedhouse is going to get a chance here.
Oh, Trip there though, denying that. Needed an extra man there to be able to follow up behind. But that was a good clear there by Trip. Haster, he's got a runaway goal. This is We Always Clutch's first goal of the evening.
Well, two are up here. The third comes forward, and that's pretty much game over. It's all she wrote. They got super aggressive on the line there. Haster was able to get himself out of the back, just carrying the ball through, and really easy go at the end of the day. They need to work a little bit harder on the rotation, but in terms of that, that's the first goal set for We Always Clutch, and a chance here for them to get back into the third. Haster's doing it all again by himself.
Haster trying to be a bit tricksy there, but unfortunately couldn't follow it through. Jay Cook there getting around. Haster again, really working this attack here for We Always Clutch. And oh, that's a big clear out. Can Jay Cook get around to it? Or is Weedhouse going to get first? Oh, it's a bit of 50-50 going out to Trip though. It's just sent it a bit too far over into the corner. The defense from We Always Clutch is so much stronger now, isn't it, Baito? And that's really where their strength is coming from here.
These are the first games to fill out a process. Sometimes it can be close, sometimes you can absolutely thrashed. But it gives you a chance to look at the second go, and that is a beauty of a redirection coming out from the man. Well, only Trip, have a look at it.
Yep, feint there, getting over the Trip, perfect positioning, and Trip just getting so much power in that redirect, smashing it down on into the goal.
I'll tell you what, I'm loving the base of these goals when it goes in. It's so heavy.
The goal sounds are so beautiful. The only problem though is everyone's this car sounds are a little bit similar now because everyone hasn't got around to touching it out. But Trip dropping on down to that ball.
It was actually a really good play. Really good play here. Comes off the wall, realizes right down there. Now that is a hard one to get, considering the goalie's right there. So couldn't really turn the car and sort of nose it in on a standard because it was going to go straight into the goalie. So he just had to play it awkwardly out. But the ball went into his favour. So at the end, it planned well. They take the lead back. And right now, it's on the edge here for We Always Clutch. They've got under a minute to equalise this game and give themselves a chance to go into a third.
We Always Clutch here need a second wind if they're going to come back into this game. Weedhouse has to really get back in. Jay Cook just going way too far past the goal. Didn't have a teammate there. Fant's going to have another crack. And he does off the crossbar down into a goal. What a smash.
This is heavy, but have a look at it. He just flies out from the sideline. Gets the touch with the nose. Bringing it just top right. Up at 90. Yeah, buddy. I love it. 2-goal buffer at the moment. Element 6 well and truly on the way.
Yeah, Element 6 looking really strong. You're bigging up Jay Cook. and we can see why. But also, he's got teammates there of the same high quality, and it's great to see. Trip knocking it off out to the side. Scarius getting it back. Oh, that's a mistake! Oh, 26 seconds left, Liza. This is close.
So what has happened here? Oh. So there's another thing I've been noticing, and it's sort of the slight awkward touches. When the guys have turned their cars, it sort of flicks off the back of the car a little bit and stays low. It doesn't go up high or rebound high. It just flicks as a little redirection, like a doink man. And seriously, I've seen it in my own games when I play, and I go, whoops, that usually doesn't happen. It's sort of really evident in these rounds as well. Don't know if it's a mistake or everyone's slightly off with their touches, but we'll see as it goes on tonight. But that essentially is close to the last seconds here. Will pretty much end this game unless they can hold this up. Like OC loves to do and play it up in the air. That's going to come awkwardly off the wall. And the drop. Oh, they almost finished the bacon.
Yeah, is this ball going to drop at any point? Skyrus is going to try and keep it up, but it goes right into that corner of the turn up. And Element 6, they've taken it 2-0 here, ladies and gents. They're going through into the semis.
Well, Element 6 strong at the end of the day. Trib having a beauty of a game, 2 goals as well. Joe Cook down on the bottom. Just sort of rolling around with the rotations. Faint getting a lot of assists there. It's a really good play coming after all. We're almost clutch. Almost at a point there, Digital Bacon. They almost got there. But just at the end of the day, couldn't get forward enough, and the defense was too strong for them.
Yeah, Wheels Clutch just took a little bit of time to work things out and build up a bit of momentum. But unfortunately, they didn't have enough time. So they're unfortunately out this evening, but they can come back next week, and we expect to see them stronger. Anyway, we got Element 6 being the first team tonight, ladies and gentlemen, going through to the semi-finals. And they're going to go up against the winner of GTX or I'm a God. Oh, and that's going to be a good match. But, Bizer, why don't you give us a little rundown of where you can donate and support us tonight?
Yeah, exclamation mark Match Arena. We'll get this in chat right now for you guys out there. If you want to help contribute tonight's tournament and prize pool, you can head there. Now, there isn't any codes tonight, so if you want, it's out of your pocket. But you don't have to. It's a tournament that guys come to play, and it's free to enter. And generally, at the end of the night, it's whatever prize pool they're quite happy with. So if you want to contribute, it is there for you guys, and we more than likely will support the boys. I might chuck something in as well. Well, we're looking at the semi-finals coming up at the moment. Still, all the other quarterfinals in play. In quarterfinal number 1, Team Red versus Perth Kappa. A little bit delayed after sort of, I think round 1 being played late. So, coming through the lines, we'll be having a couple of matches in about 5 to 10 minutes break, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we'll have the rookies final one tonight. We're giving a little bit of love. So, as soon as that's ready, we'll bring that to you potentially between the semi-final and the final of the semi-pros tonight. But guys, it's Bizer here with Digital Bacon. We'll be back a little bit after the break. Send on his way, the power shot, and cleans out the goal line. Easy goal for the Lions. Just, here's the thing. They put a shot on out for Sydney, but they do the disciplined thing.
Oh. It's not allowed.
No, that's bad. Oh my goodness, Drippay. What are you doing? What a goal. Then again, just come off a 3 game straight. Oh, Dreamy, that's great touch. Well, prove me wrong. Just gets in a good spot and slams. Nowhere to be seen. Challenging on the back now is a demo. A 2v1. The pop and play. Decker. Can he light it up? He goes out right. Decker! The moments of heroes and legends aboard. It's Decker with a big game.
The numbers grow by the day as millions come to compete. Those who sit at the top hear footsteps behind them louder than ever as they fight to keep hold of their crowns. Some will last a few years, maybe more, but none will last forever. What can one do to leave a mark which stands the test of time? It's quite simple, really. You can play for something greater than yourself. In this case, your country, your nation, your home. The World Cup, presented by the League of Rockets.
Matcherino gives you the power to directly support your favorite tournaments and gaming scenes. Head over to this tournament's Matcherino page, sign in with your Twitch account, and if there's a coupon code, donate $1 for free by entering it. To help the prize pool grow even more, you can add a personal donation that will go directly to the players. You can also check out the rewards. If you see something you like, you can buy it and support the event. Rewards can be purchased through PayPal or with points that you accumulate by watching the stream. Best of all, contributions edge closer to the stretch goals, providing extra content for fans if the goal is reached. Esports communities are growing with your help. Get more of what you like by supporting now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Live. We have GTX taking on Element 6 in our first semi-final here for the semi-pros. My name is Bizer. Joining me is Digital Bacon all the way from the EU region, the man's in UK himself. Welcome, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, Bizer. I'm so excited to see this next match. We just saw Element 6 take down We Always Clutch in a good series it was, and they're already jumping straight onto this. Guys, give us time to talk.
I reckon it's admins. We'll blame the admins.
Blame Evans. Hashtag blame Bence.
Hey, you started it, Bacon. You watch out, you might get absolutely nailed for it.
Well. Anyway, let's get on to the Rocket League as we see Jay Cook go up against Terry. Growler's going to follow on through. We're going to get an early goal. No, says Trip. He's able to get that up the wall. Terry not being able to get in the way, and that's a big ball over to the centre. Baxter getting it out, though. Jay Cook keeping up this aggression. Can that get past Growler? No! Terry's jumping across. Massive save from him there. Baxter starting a quick counter. Doesn't get the hit he wants, though. I love how both these teams, we were talking about it last game, guys, how you start off with some feelers. These teams are just going all-out attack at this very start, and it's great to see.
Well, essentially, it's round 3, isn't it? Like, they've had the one round, they went into the quarters. Now these boys are set into the semis. It's 3 games played, so at least an hour of gameplay for them. They're going to be going pretty hard. I like what Growler and Terry put together. Baxter as well, working pretty hard. They're probably the underdog side here. We're still putting Element 6 in the box seat for this, but this will be an interesting game. Certainly will be close.
Here we go. Terry just got to get this out now. Oh, Baxter's back. Was worried there for a little second about a DC, but no, he looks all good. Maybe trying to play some mind games with these new tactics, eh? Growler getting that pass, but Trips in the way. He's going to follow this on through. That's over Baxter. Can Terry get this out now, though? Very little competition there from Fant, but can he get past Jay Cook? No, he can't. Jay Cook getting a double touch hit off of Baxter. That's great stuff to see. Growler not getting an effective touch. A great block out there.
There's a little bit of spam going on in the chat right now. Vapor Esports have challenged Nightmont for every $1. You take a drink. So that's it. That's guys. If we get Nightmont drunk tonight, there's $8 to Matcherino. Oh, I shouldn't support that. Jay Cook White with a goal. Opens the first one for the count. Element 6.
Yep, Jay Cook here just being able to capitalise off the mistake of Baxter there, who was fumbling about the ball. I don't know what's going on with Baxter tonight, but he just hasn't seemed to turn up, really.
That's a bit early to call that, I think. Can't dictate that yet. It's sort of, yeah, okay, you want to get a couple touches early on and put yourself into the right position. Let's see if Baxter doesn't prove himself at the moment. 0 boost, and he's way out on rotation. The ball was pushed out here. Under 3 minutes remaining. Chances here for the GTX, and they're going to work as a team and they're going to get a goal.
Yep, as you said, 1 goal, just splitting them. Still can go any way. Jay Cook's got to get back. They're quite wide out in rotation there, not expecting the clear. A double commit coming off now as they're both up high on that wall. You can't be doing that Element 6 as Terry's now got charge. Trying to get over to Growler. Can't those Trips now starting to counter. He's got Fant coming in on that, but Terry, great little block to get in the way. Terry's going to get over to Growler. Ooh, takes a bit too far, and Trips able to pick it on up though. Baxter leaving it. Growler hitting up high, but only for Fant to have a crack. Terry wonderfully positioned and wonderfully rotated back. Another great save from him, but it's just not enough to stop the Trip.
Yeah, Terry brings us out here, but that's where it goes. Instead of bouncing off well, rolls up and gives Trip his own play. Able to make it in and get the speed in front of goal. Defensive rotation caught out again as well. 2 goals up at the moment. GTX looking to struggle a little bit, and you know, I think you called out Baxter a little bit early. Terry's going to take a quick goal off the kickoff. Everyone back. I wonder if Baxter was involved. No, it was all about the Tez Meister.
Yep, Tez and Growler just maybe, like, I don't want to be mean and say it's a 2v3 because it's definitely not. Baxter is still put in the work. He seems a little bit jittery. He had that, you know, we were talking about like a DC issue earlier. We didn't see, like, he just stopped moving. Don't know what's going on with him, but let's hope he can sort it out, which he looks to be doing. He's following up, trying to get in. And that's Terry and Growler, the one-way duo already.
That's a masterclass. That is a masterclass. Yeah. Have a look at this. This comes off the wall, pass, and finish. No one home for it, but just getting the basics right, and that's what counts in most of these games. You just work on the basics. Go back. If you're struggling to get goals, you're struggling to get on top of your position, go back to the basics. The simple passing, the dribble movement, everything you do to improve your mechanical skill, and that will probably put you in a better stead playing for this match. You've got 2 goals back now and time to actually take the first game in the semi-final.
starting to counter. Baxter just being able to get that back to Terry. And Baxter's there forward. He's trying to get a shot at goal, but just get the touch he needs. You can see he's trying, he's got the right mindset, but just is lacking that final little bit of polish. And there, getting in the way. Baxter there, able to clear that on out, but only as far as Tripp, who's got that down into the corner. Growler's going to go up to meet it. Fortunately, doesn't anticipate that bounce very well. Jay Cook getting the demo off. Baxter's got to be able to just get out, and he does touch Fant, just knocking it off a little bit. But Jay Cook getting it back over to Fant here. Good, strong aggression coming out from Element 6 here tonight. Jay Cook's getting over to the center, bit lackluster, and a triple commit.
Oh, here we go.
We saw GTX really pick it up. Can't be making triple commits. Terry there, getting it around the corner. No one there to pick it up, though. And we've gone back to a bit more ping-pong play, haven't we, Bison?
Now that I think about it, I think Joe Cook's sporting the Scarab engine. Have a listen to it. It's the Scarab engine. I didn't recognise that from anywhere. I just listened to it. I made the most dirty remarks about it on my own stream a couple of nights ago. When I heard it, I was like, I hate that sound. And he's playing with it. Nuts. 10 seconds remaining right now. I think we're going to see an overtime here.
Yeah, as Terry's able to block that on out. These guys, they're starting to get into the swing of things, blocking each other out. Terry, can he get the dribble going? Growler, he's got it to the back wall.
Put it down, put it down.
Out, Terry.
It's risky.
Ooh.
Super risky at the
Fant
moment.
going up against Terry. And getting it over, trying to keep up that aggression. Let his teammates move forward. Tripp there, not getting the touch. And this is really clutch because this could set the tone and the momentum going into the second game. Terry there, getting it just slightly too wide as Jay Cook's now got control. Can Growler get up? No, he can't get high enough. Terry, he's got to get this out. He can. Just as far as Tripp. Just going to let the ball get around and let Fant take control of it. Terry's there to block it on out. Growler's up. Baxter's behind Terry a little bit too close there. They've got no one there for the effective defense. Jay Cook getting a wonderful little touch. A little great pass out there. And these are just simple, basic team plays like Liza was saying.
So what I like is Fan gets up. Joe Cook putting that one in off that point, but Fan gets up. He's sort of in an awkward position halfway up the field, but then the ball gets moved up for him, and that's where he goes, all right, since I'm in front of everyone, I can get the first touch to it. Puts it back into a position where Joe Cook's waiting, and then he just slots that one over the top. Every day of the week, he just loves shots like that, and the rotations for Element 6 on Song. Take the first game, and, well, GTX, sort of a poor start to the game. Then they work themselves back into it, but just let it go at the end there with the rotation being called out.
But GTX, it's a simple little tweak to be able to make, isn't it? Rotations. You just got to communicate a little bit more. And we just got to hope that GTX just bring themselves in because they look to just be that one step away from being able to match and beat Element 6. But Champions Field, it looks so good as well. We were talking about it earlier, but I'm just amazed by the quality of it. And I love the little touch of the RLCS winners up there behind.
It's pretty nice, and if you listen closely, they also got special comments being made, like what a save and 1 minute remaining, and it sounds like the RLCS casters, but you just can't tell. You don't know. It's game number 2 here. Digital Bacon, take us away.
Here we go. We're going to have Growler going up against Tripp. Growler coming off the favour, but Jay Cook wonderfully positioned there to be able to pick this up and start such a quick counter. Terry winning that though, but Fant, we were a great hit. Growler being able to hit out, but again, another triple commit on that save. The GTX guys, they really need to communicate more and just get themselves into a rhythm.
Oh.
And that's the start of it with Growler just coming in. Such a long aerial. So much confidence that he was getting that.
Well, Baxter the Growler. You talk about Baxter being not really efficient in the first game. Right then he makes his mark into it, gets a great pass over and Baxter. Well, Growler, he's been solid so far in this match and definitely proving he can connect on the pass play. That's the first goal, 30 seconds down.
Yeah, Baxter's back, baby. And he's looking for those great passing plays. Growler trying to get over the Terry. Fank getting out. Baxter, he started it. Come on, Bax. You can do it, buddy. Prove me wrong. Prove me that you've turned up this evening. Jay Cook not being able to get touched. Nor can Fant just faking it out. Trip there. Big pass upfield. Go on, Fant. Just not anticipating it. Oh, that could have been a wonderful little play. Trip stopping it out. Baxter getting it over to Terry. Terry trying to get back to Baxter, but Jay Cook getting in the way. And this is a completely different game, isn't it, Bizer? This is such high energy, high octane. Jay Cook just not being able to get the touch. Element 6 just not. This time they're not being able to get those final little touches down.
It seems to be that the pace of the game's just completely stepped up. It's really interesting because right now you're sort of being dictated by GTX early on, going, no, we want the first goal, we want the control here. And straight away, Element 6 are going, we're going to match fire for fire, see how quick we can go in these 50-50s. They're going everywhere. No one's got control so far.
Yeah, Tripp's getting that out. He's got to get past Terry now as he jumps off the wall, getting it towards goal, but Terry able to get that out, buying himself time. But both of the players are up on that wall. Growler getting a big hit.
That's on.
Going towards goal. Go on, Tripp. Ooh, Tripp looked very low on boost there. He had to be very, very cautious.
He had 50 left. I think he had 100.
Here we go. Terry trying to get in the way, but it's only sent the ball up high. Tripp trying to pass that on down to Jay Cook. Jay Cook not getting the touch. Growler, can he pass it on down to a man? That's going very high. I don't think he meant to pinch it with the wall there. Tripp jumping past, letting Feint take control. Oh, that was a powerful shot, but well blocked out by Growler. Here we go. The start of the build-up. Can Growler get that off to the back wall? Can anyone follow it up? Tripp, great little clearance there. Baxter, he's got control. Oh, mistake. Can Baxter get on over? Oh, wonderfully blocked out there. Here we go. It's just lingering again. This pressure from GTX is just so much better in this second game. They're looking so strong. And at the moment, looking like the better team, but this can be turned around. And Element 6, we've seen what they can do. They can turn this around, definitely. Baxter trying to follow it on through, but Tripp just looking it on out. Jay Cook able to pick that on up. Getting a touch there. So that's lingering in a very dodgy position. Baxter hitting it to the backboard. Growler, can he get it in? Yes, he can. Baxter's here to show some great quality passes, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Baxter working into the match. Growler again, the recipient of a beautiful pass play. Just working hard again. Around the field. I think you're hitting the nail on the head with everything, mate. I'll let you go again.
Here we go. Tripp getting up high, doing a little bit of spin. So that put a little bit more power on the hit. Apparently, I can't do it myself because I'm not good enough. I'm not as good as these guys. It saddens me to see such great play, which I can't do sometimes. Tripp there, wonderful hit out. Growler and Terry being able to block it on out, and Growler's got it past two men. Baxter's there, eagerly waiting, trying to get a pass over to the center. He's got it to the backboard, but no one's there to pick it up. Baxter, he's just the playmaker here. He's getting so many good passes, and I'm sorry I doubted him in the first game. I'm really sorry. Not only good passes, but he can get some good shots. Just no one there to pick it up.
I know this is not the right saying, but it's not over to the fat lady things, and I think you counted it out. You counted Baxter out a little bit too early.
You told me it was too soon, but
you called him out, mate. You called him out, and now he's responded, and that's what we like to see. The players sort of going, all right, we've had a first crap game, comes into it and really puts himself into a great steam of light. Working hard for it. Last 20 seconds of play. We'll see them go forward once again. The 50-50 set in the middle. Jericho can't connect. Growler up. Sends us down for Baxter to go, and there's the sealer!
I think I may have miffed Baxter off, and he's really going for it now. But also, some teams really need to be put into a corner, don't they, to be able to shine. Some teams just take the pressure and roll with it. We've seen it so often, and GTX, they're just showing such a dominating force now. And he's going to try and get a goal. Unfortunately misses. Again, Trip missing. What is going on with this Element 6 team? They seem a bit frazzled here. They seem to just not be able to hit the hits they need. And let's hope they can fix that in the next game. As we're going on to a game 3, it's the first one we've seen tonight. And GTX, they're here to play now.
A really good game coming out from Baxter and Growler, and they're just recipients of each other's play. Growler getting into great position, scoring. Baxter with those assists. You can see they really worked with each other. And then it came right at the end there where Growler sends it out to Baxter and just turns the nose. Just those small little touches. The basics really working for GTX, but the ball was essentially dropped by Element 6. So they've sort of got the gameplay, the structure, and the rotation set in this game. Completely let it go and got dictated by GTX. It was funny because the pace picked up and GTX really started to stipulate that, and that's when they started to take control. So it'll be interesting to see what game number 3 puts out. Essentially, it's tied up at the moment in the best of 3 right now.
You were talking about pace there, and I definitely know from personal experience, I can handle really high-octane, fast-paced matches personally. But when it comes to very slow control balls, lots of dribbles that are going slow, playing those mind games, I struggle. Maybe that's the same case of GTX. Maybe they just have to pick up that pace and they can outdo Element 6 here. Can they bring that on through to the next game, though? Only time will tell here, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to see another double corner kickoff to start off with Terry going up against Trip. Terry coming out with favor. We're going to get a quick goal. No, Terry going wide. He had the chance, but unfortunately wasn't able to do it. Again, it's so hard to be able to control those so quick of kickoff. Back through, starting to play forward. That's knocked out by Jay Cook. Can Growler get in the way? Unfortunately not, but Terry is back in defense. He's a very strong third man there.
Set for Terry here. Very lucky. Defense got over and cut that.
Growler keeping it off to the side. Terry trying to knock that into the center. Jay Cook, what a great save to be able to get that on out. Ball's rolling up. Going off to the backboard, but Jay Cook's able to clear it on out. He's starting a little run here with Fance by his side.
Nah,
No, control. No, they knew it wasn't happening, so they rotated back. That's a good little bit of insight between them. You know, you don't overcommit into a situation that you're going to lose. It takes a lot of mentality to be able to say, no, I'm going to let his hand over. And Jay Cook, what a good shot to hit off the crossbar and down.
Just really a lot of patience for the man. Jumps out, actually lands on the side boost. So grabs 100, plenty in the bank, gets over the top. This guides it. Bardowski in the end, but just enough at the end of the day. Very nicely done. They get the first goal, Element 6. That's a good response coming after game number 2.
Growler there, able to pick up. That's a dangerous ball towards the center. Trip getting over to the corner. Can Fan follow it through? No! Terry. Good work there from Trip to be behind, be there, ready to be able to clean up any mistakes. Jayco trying to get that down with Fance just dropping into the center. What is going on here as Terry suddenly gets it on out? A little bit of a scramble in the goal. Not being able to get touched, but we're going to see Baxter playing about with Terry here. Gets a little bit of a 50-50 off of Jay Cook, but Trip's able to pick that one up very easy. Jay Cook with big clear. Baxter not being able to read it as he tries to do a jump off the wall, but it just doesn't register. The walls on the curve sometimes can be really tricky. High ball that's dropping down. Can Terry get it? Yes, Terry can, and he's equalized it on out. 1-0 between GTX and Element 6.
Yeah, Growler down here on the floor. There's 2 forced up, which means no one back on the net. It did come down to drop. Terry follows up really well. I like the fact that Growler decided I'm not going to try and get the drop on the ball knowing it's coming to the floor. Let his teammate play it. That gets the goal back at the moment in this game. Well, it's certainly very close. I don't think we can really pick a winner off it, but we'll find out in the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, we've got 3 minutes. That's tons of time in Rocket League, ladies and gentlemen. That's like, I don't know, about 5 years in human time, you know? Fan is going to take it off over to the wall. It's going to start a little bit of a single play. Gets over to the corner. It's dropping down in, but Baxter get that on out. Trip now. I'm trying to start these backboard plays. Jay Cook is sent it up high. No one's going to go follow up on that, but it's given a bit of time to Element 6 to go pick up boost. Fan trying to get it down, but Terry's so good on the defense tonight. He's just getting in the way of everything. He's dropping down high. Growler just not being able to do it, being able to back off, knowing that he's not able to get that. Trip passing out to Fan. Terry again getting in the way. This lad is really on form as a goalie.
Those demos starting to come through as well. Just those quick touches. If you miss the ball and you're supersonic, you get absolutely nailed in this gameplay. And I'll tell you what, it's fast game pace, which will equal a lot of demolitions coming out the touch here from Fangs. Interesting on the back line, we'll give Joke a little bit to work. Growler with a challenge, he's bringing this one out. Looking for a forward-line shot. Baxter holds up. Still 1-0, a minute and 45.
Good rotations there from GTX as they left Baxter back and able to clear that on out. But Trip, he's going to try and start something here. Off-roll he hits it to the backboard. Growler sending it on down to the centre. And Baxter, he's got a bit of a runaway now. Can he get it down to a teammate? Can he do another fantastic pass? Trip wonderfully well read there to be able to get in the way. Terry knocking it over to the centre. Are we going to see Baxter jump on in? No. He's just had to go back. Growler picking it up, trying to get a bit of pace going towards the centre. Terry achieving the backboard hit. Growler and Terry, though, occupying the same space. You need to communicate a little bit because Terry could have gone into a much better position. Starting to go back in case that didn't work out for them. Baxter knocking it up high to the centre. Terry getting that. No, he can't. Sorry, Jay Cook just getting in the way. I thought it was a little bit of a touch there, but whatever. As Terry's now going to start trying to get this over to the centre. It's such high octane speed that, especially with the ping difference from the UK over to Australia, you've got to try and predict hits here. It's quite interesting as a caster to be able to do. And Terry, he's gone. Split the difference there. That's 2-1. Terry wonderfully well out positioned there to get into the center, and Trip made a massive mistake not hitting that ball. But 26 seconds left. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see a kickoff goal. Can Element 6 do it? Fant there getting it up to the wall. Terry, good clearance out, but Jay Cook's wonderfully well read. Growler getting off to the corner. That's high. No one touching that. Baxter's going to try and hit off to the backboard. No one there in the center. But again, GTX, they're in the driving seat. They've just got to keep this pressure up. They don't have to get a goal. They've got the goal in hand. Growler's going to try and get across. Hitting it out wide, but that is it. GTX coming around and reverse sweeping Element 6. Baxter, I'm again sorry I counted you out, buddy. But those passing plays from him are so beautiful. And GTX with a well-deserved win there tonight.
You're going to pretty much eat your own words, man.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, you're like, Baxter, I totally played you out in the first game, and now you seem to be the bit of a hero. He sits on the second place, so 130, but Terry was on fire in that match, taking control, 2 goals as well. Absolutely rotating like a king in a defense. I don't know what's happened to Element 6. They started really well. They looked really promising, especially in the quarterfinal, but they just dropped the ball in this one. Trip was so hot at one point, but now it's gone missing, and Fans as well. Just a little bit of a lackluster game. I don't think he was sort of expecting it to just get even quicker and faster, but essentially they've now got a task on their hands. They had to reverse sweep to get themselves into tonight's final. Otherwise, GTX is sitting on pretty much the game point. As we get set into game number 4 here, Digital Bacon, are we going to see the chance here for Element 6 to get themselves back in, or GTX booking themselves into the final?
I don't know. Element 6, we've seen that they've got the skill to be able to pick it on up, but GTX, they just seem so dominated. Again, that was a very low-scoring game, but I don't know why, but throughout the whole of the period, I just felt like GTX were just the stronger team. Maybe it's this speed difference that we're talking about, or just how GTX can outdo it. But fun! It's the caster's curse, Pizer, isn't it? You start down-talking one team, and what they're going to do, they're going to smack it right in your face, give you the old backhand, and Fant definitely doing that with a wonderful little play to get that on up, over, and into the goal.
Look, most of the play I've seen and throughout the calling of last 2 years, the first 10 seconds of any open kickoff is anyone's goal. Like, if you get a ball that goes forward, the rotations are never set into place, and that's a defensive structure. In saying that, Terry goes early as well. You've got to have a look how it plays out. The ball sets through the middle. Everyone's forward at the moment, so it's a risky play, but Baxter with a solid pass back in, takes it from the corner, pulls the defense player out for the 50-50, and generally if you are a defense player, you'll go after that. But he had that touch and the nose to bring that back inside, use his teammate in for the goal, and just ties that one up. It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yep, it's almost like this has just been reset back to 0-0 now. Tripp, he was looking for that goal. Jay Cook is as well. So they're just trying to go out, all-out aggression here. It's really for Element 6, being that game down, they've got to do it. So this is match point, isn't it, Pfizer?
Pretty much. Oh, Fats!
Oh!
Reads it like a king. Have a look at this. In he goes, the ball once again, he cheats for it, grabs the boost, there's two out of place. He goes in front, he barely sees the damn thing and puts it in.
That little side roll from Fant there was excellent to be able to just position into getting that ball and just getting the slightest little touch, which hammered it on down into goal. Well played by him, and Fant is definitely turning it up to 11 now as he's seeing the aggression.
No!
Oh, that as well. That's a hammer out as well. Can anyone follow up? Jay Cook's looking, but Terry's there first.
Absolute boomer, mate. Absolute boomer. Oh, tell you what, it's going back and forth. Everyone's having a crack at the moment. Defense has been pushed to the wire. Tripp has to get up here. Doesn't connect. Hold up for now. Jay Cook bringing this out. If anyone, Jacob needs to step up and just be an absolute pillar for his team. And at the moment, he's getting blocked by some solid defense work from GTX.
Yeah. Tripp now trying to get that down to the center for a teammate. Doesn't quite work. Both Fan and Jay Cook went up. Well read by Jay Cook. Stop it. Fan! Not even a minute 30 in, and the lad's got himself a hat-trick.
Well, the defense was completely out here. He gets up. No challenge whatsoever, so he had the time to put the nose where he needed to go. Drops it down. Growler's pretty much, I could say, he had nothing left in the tank. Sort of reversing back, so not even facing the ball while the ball came down. And that's why I went against him. 2-goal differential. Still plenty of time in this match, but it seemed to quicken up, and there's going to be a hell of a lot more goals scored.
Tripp now going to try and get that into the corner. And they're following it through. Growler getting it on out, though. He's got the start of something truly wonderful here. His Baxter's not able to get a touch, but Terry's able to follow around, get to the center, but no one is there. Both his teammates had to go on back, and Baxter being able to intercept that. He's starting another counter. His teammates need to get in there quicker. Growler wonderfully well placed. Oh, the touch from Tripp.
He won't get this. Oh, no.
Oh, Terry just trying to keep up that aggression here. Goes past, and Terry, he's got a bit of time now. He can go grab. I thought he's going to get that little corner boost and start the attack. But no, he's able to block out. Baxter just coming in as well. Tripp, big high ball to the backboard from Growler, send it off. Tripp getting over the Fan. Oh, again, hitting the wrong side of his car, so it's just going backwards. Baxter over to the corner, trying to get over to the center, but Jay Cook's got that with big clear out to Growler, though. Tripp trying to knock that down for Fan. Are we going to see another fantastic goal? No, unfortunately not. Tripp's trying to again get to the center. Element 6 here, they've got this great passing play. They're getting great setups, but no one there to just get into the center ready to receive the ball. As two key reasons, they're going so quick that no one's there to get there. And secondly, GTX, they're really starting to block these balls out and starting to work on that great defense that we've seen. Growler, great little touch up. Tripp dropping it on down, but Terry's going to get in there. Getting into Tripp, though. It's going over to the corner for Jay Cook to hit on up high. Fan, he's knocking it downfield. Is Tripp going to be able to score it? Yes, he can. What a team play using all the members of Element 6.
This Fan up here working it hard. And it comes down for Tripp just to turn to the angle. It is beautiful coming out from Element 6. They're completely waking up from them slumber. They were asleep, man. It was like a curse was on them, and they were done. GTX left them in the sewers to die, if anything. And now they come back. Another one from Tripp here. Baxter has to get back and save. And holds it up. 1:30. Still a chance for GTX to take this one. But we're looking at a game 5, and it stays the way it is.
Yeah, Tripp again. Such great pressures. That's dropping down. Tripp! How did he not score that? He just wasn't expecting it to drop down. He thought he was hitting it on back again. Another great backboard hit. Terry running it down the whole field, though. Is that going to be the turning point here for GTX to bring it on back in this game? It's still 2 goals down, but a minute 12 is tons of time for them.
Well, it's close. They can certainly do it. The boys reset back into the middle. Played on here for Terry. Down the field. Baxter looking to challenge to 50-50. Brings far side wide. E6 looking to try and get some momentum back into the possession. They want to keep this buffer alive. Go to game number 5. There's a couple of whiffs in the middle. A chance for someone to strike. It's out wide instead. Growler back on the defense. Almost gets tricked out. Jacob the chance. Feints. In goes Trip. Counted back wide. And now 45 remaining left in this last one.
There we go. Terry as well. Trying to get on down to that corner. Fant now just not being able to get a touch. Seems to slow down this game a little bit. Both teams still trying to do everything to get the ball in, but just a lot of interceptions, a lot of blocks, just not getting it onto the goal. As I say that, again, the Casters curse, Baxter coming on back in.
Everyone goes up here. So everyone is just clustered into the middle, completely drawn to it. Baxter, guys, there's a supersonic defender coming at him, and that's what I mean about those touches. Absolutely savage. But he's done enough to touch the ball into the back of the net, and a potential chance here for GTX to bring him back to even Stevens. 20 seconds. It's not out of it yet.
Here we go. That's knocking towards goal. Can Trip do it? No, says Growler, who's blocking it on out. Baxter knocking Growler about, just trying to get to the ball. They want that extra goal. They're so hungry for it. No, they're the game up. Terry trying to get on out. Can we see Baxter do anything? No, that's going high. It's still in play as we're on the 0-second mark here. Baxter getting it up high. It's on the backboard. It's rounding. But that is it. 2-0. We're going to a game 5, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I can't call it. Element 6 have just... They completely flipped on its head. They were looking so good. They were able to pick up the speed of the game even higher, and I don't know which way this is going to go, Bizer.
Well, all the damage was done within a minute and a half of the block of that last game. Then the tide turned right at the end. GTX sort of started to control, but Element 6 kept up the defensive rotation and stack from what they had. When they score and they're in front, they play with a lot more confidence, which holds their backline a lot stronger. And they seem like when they're in front, they don't seem to lose. That's sort of where I'm getting from. But GTX just taking out what they had from the previous games, really just backing themselves into it. And again, you see Terry and Baxter just going for it. They're all contributing tonight at GTX. They're looking stronger right now. Even though Element 6 are going to game 5, GTX are better in the blocks, and they probably end up taking this one.
Yeah, and you're talking about brilliant contributions. Looking at the prize pool over on Matcherino, Bizer, we're at $69, buddy. Like, massive shouts out to all you guys donating. Massive shout out to Night Monk, who's donating $1 for every unique contribution from someone. And
pretty much been Matcherino himself.
Yeah, but Cheeky Chunk, I can see it there, a $10 donation. Thanks so much, buddy. And I think that gets him a special donator role in the Discord, doesn't it?
But in the Vapors Discord, indeed. We're getting to game number 5 here, ladies and gentlemen. It's GTX taking on Element 6. The winner of this goes into the final, tonight's final, and plays for that Matcherino cost. Guys, help contribute to the prize pool. Right now, it's anyone's game. GTX, well, they didn't win the last one, but they do have momentum if it's anything of all sorts. Element 6 with a task on their hands. Let's get it going, Digital Bacon.
Yeah, that's up high. Can we see Fant get to it? No, it's just slightly too far. He seems very eager and overcommits on those sometimes, but he's got the mindset for it and he's hungry for those goals. We saw him get a hat-trick that last game. Within what, the first 1.5 minutes? He was just popping off each way, and he's looking to do it again with a backboard hit. Baxter sent it up high. Great touch from him, and he's starting his counter, but no. The GTX guys, they're leaving it, getting back into the fence. Terry there, just keeping up the pressure, trying to keep this down in the Element 6 side. I've got control. Is he able to get that one out to the center? Baxter, he's having a crack. It's off to the backboard, but Jay Cook being able to get that one out. Ooh. Growler getting a good touch there, just trying to buy a bit of time. That's going far. Baxter not getting the touch, but Terry and Baxter, they're there with it now.
He's got this on his roof.
Oh! Baxter with the dribble hit!
You have a look at this. He's called it out. So he goes around one, looks to go around a second, fakes out the end, ends up putting on the nose. And as I was speaking, He doesn't have full control, but the touch and just the boost in the feather to get there. Picks it back on the nose and then flips right at the end to get it over everyone. That is a three-man balk. See you later.
Baxter with amazing plays. And this is only the semi-pros, remember? Like, the class here is so good. Terry hit it towards the goal. He's just hit that over at the post. I don't know how I'm going to this high, but I am. But Cook is able to just clear this one out. Baxter there, ready to pick it on up. That's a risky move towards the centre, but Fan can deal with it.
I was about to say,
Terry.
that is literally a digital bacon. It's just popping in the pan. It's a digital.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Here we
keep going, my
go.
friend.
Lingering. Cook trying to get onto that. The pressure from both sides here. Once it gets down to either team side, it's so hard to get on out. Baxter is clearing it off out. That's a big clear, but Fan's able to just stop that in its track. Tripp trying to get a touch. This now looks to be going in GTX's favour. Tripp has got a big hit as that's a massive clear.
Dunk. Oh,
Baxter wonderfully positioned to be able to pick that up. Growler with a good 50-50. It's rolling it up the wall. You're going to see Tripp go up, try and get that down for Jay Cook, but Baxter's there first. Fan, getting it off out to the side, past Growler. Terry is able to pick that on up. Baxter getting that first. Can Terry get a hit now? Unfortunately not, and that's a big hit up. Growler, great touch to be able to come out and get that first. This game, both teams are just playing to the max, playing their little old hearts out, aren't they, Bizer?
yeah, it's definitely fast-paced action, almost the final, if you will, but it's a low-scoring affair. This is what I like, the tightness of how it's playing. A lot of the guys looking to be sort of defensive style. There's a little bit of a defensive error there, but they're able to clean it up and going forward is element 6. Oh, the chance! And Tripp had to bring it back out for control. Unfortunately, not able to get that one.
Yeah, Tripp trying to pass that on out to a teammate there. Just couldn't get it. But you're going to see Fant go up now, just trying to keep control, but unfortunately not. Terry's picked up. Growler's here to the backboard. You're going to see Terry dunk. No, he goes slightly too wide. They're really looking for these goals, GTX. Working towards them, but so are Element 6, who's starting to counter. Jay Cook getting it past Baxter, being able to get it past Growler, but Baxter able to rotate back into it. Fant knocking it out towards the centre. You're going to see Tripp with a big old hit now, and he gets it in. We're equalised with 1 minute 16 left. This is anyone's game.
Paint with a slide of touches, able to get this back to the middle, and two defense players caught out there on the rotation, sort of getting aggressive, thinking they could play it, then realizing coming across was Tripp, and slots it on home. It's 1-1 right now, and we're coming down to the red time period in game number 5. Potential overtime? Maybe. It's a question we're going to ask out there, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to see overtime? But at the moment, someone needs to score to take this game and get themselves into tonight's final.
Yeah, I always love the tension of the overtimes, but which team is going to deny me of it? We don't know quite yet. Growler's looking to keep this ball down in the Element 6 side now. He's trying to get that pass. Can Terry do it? Wonderful block out there by Tripp. He's now got complete control of the ball. Driven outfield. No teammates are there though. They're back. Just need move. Getting that over. Baxter not being able to beat out Jay Cook there though. This Fan is now moving downfield. Growler denied. He's going to try and follow us up the field. He's got no competition. He's got a bit of time to work with, but no teammates there. Where were Terry and Baxter? Why weren't they moving forward? These are questions we need to ask because we want a goal.
They need boost. It's a lot of it's sort of a real heavy ending to this point, but I don't think a goal's going to come out of this unless nope. It'll be played onto the ground, and then it'll be overtime. We call game number 5. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. GTX in the spot of Buffer as well. Element 6 started strong in the quarters and tonight in the semi-final. Now they need to bring this one back after picking up the last game. Here's a chance of Fant. Big O's. Defense should be able to clear. Now there's 2 challenged, essentially putting them out of line. They can get a quick rotation. It's on for GTX.
Here we go. It's going to see the players just stop a little bit, try to slow it down, take control. We see Bax now. Good clear over to the side, but can anything come off it? Oh, Tripp getting in the way. Growler's got a big hit. That's going to rotate around. He could get in the way. Yes, he can, and gets the demo. That's clear that they've got the man advantage to get this on out now, but Terry's going to do everything he can to buy time for his teammates to move upfield.
Baxter's up.
Trip there, big clear. Baxter's got it though. It's around, Trip denying it. That's going to linger over the center.
Whoa.
Fan getting blocked out by Growler. Jay Cook's up. He's dug down. Jay Cook's going to take the first semi.
Well, the challenge from Fats, superb. Growler forced to just go up. Jacob, with all this mechanical skill that the man possesses, gets up, guides it home, puts it on the defender's head, forces him to flip at the end of the day, not able to get it done. It looked like a GTX game from what we saw in game number 2 and 3, but from there, Element 6 brought it back, and they said, don't give up until the fat lady sings. It ain't over yet. They take it, they book themselves into the grand final. I've completely done a misnomer there, but we know what we're getting at, right?
Definitely. And yeah, Element 6, like you said, being the first team to go on through to the finals, they've got to be feeling so good as they were able to just, they got that first game and then lost 2 in a row. Being able to pick yourself up in that situation is massive, showing great class there from Element 6 to be able to go on forward to the finals. Now, we've got the next semi-finals ready to go for you, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Perth Kappa versus Artificial. And do you know any little things about these teams, Liza?
No, we'll have to wait until it comes up. Well, everyone's team name usually changes on a Friday Night Live as as players are put together. No real. It's semi-pros, so different teams, different names. We'll find out as they come through in terms of the skill level. But just for you guys wondering how the actual tonight's proceedings are working, we do have a ranking sheet. So I'm going to chuck that up on the screen. Here we go. So looking at it, the rookies are applicable from plat down to go, and tonight's semi-pros is from champ. I believe that's champ 3 down, not champ 1. So champ 3 down to all the way down, whatever you want to play. So if you actually are in bronze or silver, you can play tonight. But essentially, they have a tournament going for the rookies. So that's how tonight's rulings are being played out for Vapor Esports, and it's the first time we've seen these guys sort of go, right, we're going to go off your rankings and try and give it as fair a chance as there was a lot of semi-pros and the rulings sort of just getting exploited by the scene. So they decided, we'll try something else different. And I actually think it's actually quite fair tonight, and we're seeing some really good play, which is really, really epic. So I love this. Now, guys, it's
Definitely
champ 1 down. So champ 1 down. Okay, no worries.
Yeah. So just to add on to that as well, the little rookie cup rolling, there is a little prize for that as well. But I think the best thing for that is they're not just getting smashed out in the first round by these higher players. They're able to build up some tournament experience, improve, because actually tournaments are so much better for learning how to play as a team than in ranked, because ranked is a little bit of a mismatch at times. Tournaments, you can really see how to improve and go up against some great teams.
Well, we essentially have the second semi-final coming up tonight as well, but also the rookies final, and they'll be played probably before the grand final. We'll find out everything a little bit soon as we get set into it. We'll be back after this quick break. It's Bizer and Digital Bacon with your call tonight. We'll see you after this.
Doodles.
Send on his way, the power shot, and cleans out the goal line. Easy goal for the Lions. Just here's the thing: they put a shot on out for Sydney, but they did a disciplined thing.
It's not allowed.
No, that's bad. Oh my goodness, Drippay! What are you doing? What a goal! Then again, just come off a 3-game straight. Oh, Dream gets very touch. Well, prove me wrong. Just gets in a good spot and slams. Nowhere to be seen. Challenging on the back now is a demo. A 2v1. The pop and play. Decker. Can he light it up? He goes out right. Decker! The moments of heroes and legends aboard. It's Decker with a big game.
The numbers grow by the day as millions come to compete. Those who sit at the top hear footsteps behind them louder than ever as they fight to keep hold of their crowns. Some will last a few years, maybe more, but none will last forever. What can one do to leave a mark which stands the test of time? It's quite simple, really. You can pray for something greater than yourself. In this case, your country, your nation, your home. The World Cup, presented by the League of Rockets.